speaking test. So, can you please tell me your name
Yes, my name is Harsimran
and where are you from?
Okay, I am from MOHALI. It is in Punjab.
Can you describe it a little bit?
Yes, it is a well-planned city and it is very close to Chandigarh. And I think it has all the modern facilities like schools, colleges, hospitals, and so on.
Okay. Let's talk about your dream job actually. What was the dream job for you when you were young?
I think when I was young, my parents always told me that I should become an engineer, and I think that thing got into my head. And at that point of time, I always wanted to be an engineer. But I think as I grew up, it changed gradually.
Okay. What do you plan to do in the future?
Okay, nowadays I'm planning to start a new company, and it's a restaurant, and I want to become a businessman. I want to start a food chain.
Okay. Do you think handwriting is still important?
Definitely yes. I think it is very important because I think handwriting can never lose its value, even if we have computers or typewriters. I think handwriting will always have its core value.
Okay. Do you write letters?
Frankly speaking, I do not write letters nowadays. I have WhatsApp, I have my phone, so I communicate with my friends through my phone.
Okay. When do children begin to write in your country?
Children begin at a very young age, approximately at around 2 or 3 years of age. Parents put their children in schools or play schools, and I think at that point of time they start writing, they start learning new things.
That's it.
Okay. Uh, let's talk about stages of life. Do you enjoy your current stage of life?
Absolutely. I extremely enjoy my current stage of life. I think I get to learn a lot of new things every day, and that is the reason I'm enjoying my current stage of life.
Okay. What's your plan for your next stage of life?
Well, to be honest, I have not planned anything yet, but I do plan to stay fit and healthy for my next stage of life.
Okay. Let's talk about getting up early. Do you often get up early in the morning?
Absolutely, yes. I do get up early in the morning as I have to come for work, and also I have to take care of some household chores. So I think I have to get up early in the morning almost every day.
Okay. Do you get up early on weekends?
Frankly speaking, sometimes I get up early on weekends if there is any important work. But most of the times I choose to take rest, and I do not get up early on weekends.
That's it.
Okay, let's talk about science. Do you like science?
I think yes, I do love science. I studied lots of science in my school, but after that I never took to science.
Okay. And what kinds of interesting things have you done with science?
When I was in school, I did lots of experiments in physics. I do not remember them exactly, but I remember that I loved more physics than chemistry and biology because it had some experiments as well, and it had some laws of nature as well. I think that fascinated me.
Okay, so talk about the concentration. Is it difficult for you to stay focused on something?
I think yes. Sometimes it gets difficult to stay focused. Sometimes it gets difficult to make sure that you have concentration all the time because there are a lot of distraction nowadays. The biggest distraction is our phone. So sometimes I do face this difficulty that I cannot concentrate for a long period of time.
Okay. When do you need to be focused?
Whenever I have to do something important, whenever I have to do something urgent, if it needs my concentration, if it needs my time, I try to focus on it.
Okay, I think that's it.
Okay. Now you have 1 minute to prepare for your cue card.
Okay.
And your cue card number is 11. Describe an interesting neighbor of yours. So you have to carry. How long you have have known the neighbor, what sort of people he or she is, how often you see him or her, and explain what kind of relationship you have with him or her. So you have 1 minute to prepare.
Okay. Okay, shall I start?
Yeah.
Okay. A neighbor that I would like to describe, he's a very old friend of mine from school days. His name is Haneet Singh. He lives close to my house. We share lots of good memories from past. We have shared lots of good memories. And sometimes we sit together and we cherish those moments. I was in school and he was also in the same school. We studied together for like almost 3 to 4 years. We studied together from 7th grade, I think. And from that point of time, we have done lots of mischievous activities. We have done lots of good things as well. We got lots of beatings from our parents as well. So we used to get caught at that time. And so he is my neighbor. He is also a good friend of mine. And he lives close to my house. So whenever we are in need, whenever there is something urgent that we require, so I think the first person that comes to my mind is him. I have always spoken to him about how I feel, how I have to live there where we live in, and so we always take care of each other in a way that we treat each other like good neighbors. I have known him since 7th grade, and nowadays he recently shifted to some other place. He has bought a new home, and I think that was the time when it really I was not able to accept that time, and I had to think that now he will be gone, and I was sad at that point of time. But I think later on he usually comes to visit me nowadays, and he talks to me on the phone as well. And I think that neighbors are very important, and if we share a very good bond with our neighbor, I think that bond can be lifelong. And so I think yes, he is the one who is my favorite and my friend as well, and a neighbor as well.
Okay. What are the qualities of good neighbor?
Qualities of good neighbors varies. I think qualities of good neighbors we can accumulate in one thing, that they should be helpful. Because the first thing that comes to my mind is that they are very close to us. If we are in a situation where we need somebody, the first person whom we can call is our neighbors, before our relatives and before our friends. So the first quality and the foremost quality they should have and they should acquire is that a neighbor should be helpful.
Okay. Do most Indian people know their neighbors?
I think yes, Indian people are social, and most of the people, they know their neighbors, and I think people are very lucky if they have good neighbors. If they are helpful, I think people are very lucky for that.
Okay. Do you think neighbors are important? Why? How? Why not?
Okay. I think yes, neighbors are very crucial. They are extremely essential. They are very vital in our life, in our daily routine. Because I personally feel that whenever we are in trouble, we can call them. Whenever we are in need, they are the first ones whose door we can knock.
Okay, that's it.
What are some of the qualities of a good community?
The qualities of a good community, if I have to think, I think first of all would be cleanliness, and some virtues that they can carry, probably helpfulness, being helpful to others, being respectful to others, helping the people in your community or in your society who actually need help in any way, be it financially or emotionally, and living together without any scuffles, without any conflicts, and coming to a decision which is unanimous and which is accepted by the all. And so I think these are some virtues, some traits of a good community.
Okay. In India, are there any facilities for improving relation between neighbors?
Well, I think that's a very interesting question. Facilities, I think we have phones to communicate, and I think it totally depends upon our personal behavior, how we want to communicate with our neighbors, what kind of relation do we have, and do we want to maintain with our neighbors. And certain facilities that government provides, I don't think so. There are any certain facilities that government provides. It's totally, I think, a personal decision, and it's totally up to us how we want to be with our neighbors.
Okay, that's
Okay, thank you.